because they know what he's saying is true. They don't want us to know. Crafty counsel, cut them off from being a nation, ostracize them, emasculate them, give them a propagandish crucifying on the media, hang them for the world to see, cut their balls off and hold them in the air for everybody to see. See what happens? You see what happens when you talk about us? See what happens? That's what they're doing. But not to the Israelites, not to us. No, no, no. We're going to start at what, 154, right?
156.
And stop where?
248.
All right, so keep that in mind. 156 to 248?
Yes, sir.
All right. This guy, who is this guy? Villa Ice's cousin? Who is he?
Unmuted, brothers.
Refresh.
It's muted.
Said that, echoing kind of what Deshaun Jackson said, this idea that he can't, he said the Jews essentially control the media, or he was playing upon that theme. And that's an old anti-Semitic trope.
Stop. They
can't stop.
They just can't, give me that scripture, man. Psalms, they can't help themselves. They just can't, it's like nature to them, this lie.
You can go on Google and find that
You can
information
Google who runs Fox News. You can Google who runs CNN. Viacom. These are Jew families that run the media. They run the media. They run the record labels, the banks,
the Hollywood entertainment industry.
They own the roads. What the hell are you talking about? It's a lie.
You can go on Google and find that
You can
information
Google who runs Fox News. You can Google who runs CNN. Viacom. These are Jew families that run the media. They run the media. They run the record labels, the banks,
the Hollywood entertainment industry.
They own the roads. What the hell are you talking about? This is a guy that's talking to another black man that does not know anything. These white guys, they pick special Negroes or magic Negroes who are friendly and kind in their presence around them, that bow to their BS. This guy cannot stand to us at all. These so-called rappers can never, these nominals can never ever raise a hand to us in a verbal conversation regarding the history of the Jews, ever.
And that's why it has to be a media blackout.
Right.
To black out our voice.
Right. Ice Cube say something, anti-Semitism. But that dude don't care. That dude's set for life. He gonna say what he wants to say. All praise to the Lord. Nick Cannon, that man is worth $60 million. He's still yet to realize he does not need these stations. He can buy property. He can live very well. Very well, but he is not thinking outside of his I can't explain it. He's not thinking outside of the box. He's like, yo, if I lose the show, Masked Singer, what will I do? You're worth $60 million.
Dick, you know what it is though? Like the bishop said, maybe there was
the mic.
Yeah, maybe they have something against him.
Maybe, or something on him. I don't know.
Right.
I'm not gonna put that. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna speak on things I don't know. But if they do, he better figure it out. Because at the end of the day, it's like they can just come behind us and silence us whenever they want. It's insane. But go ahead.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahawah.
That they are now free from what they've been into.
All right, Slakia. So basically, yeah. Today's lesson, Shalom Israel. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi Ba'Hashem, Wakwak Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and shalom to my Akim Wagwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with no lesson. And today's lesson, I want to get into having large numbers. All right, the topic of is having large numbers a good thing. All right, now you saw the video in the beginning, and the thing is, like, the brother goes into, I'm gonna link this video in the description so you can watch it yourself, but he really does get into a good thing with this lesson, in the sense of them thinking, the IUIC thinking that with money, with power, with numbers, we can do this and we can do all this different type of stuff. But in actuality, they can't do anything. They can't do anything. They haven't really done much. All right, and in terms of like bettering our kingdom, bettering our situation. All right, and on top of that, bear with me one moment, Slakia. All right, Slakia. So basically, with that, there is you need to understand that we don't have power. All right, that's the thing. That's the main $1,000,000 understanding that you need to understand. Where we do not have power in this kingdom because this is not our kingdom. All right. With what's his name? Who? Nick Cannon. Yeah, he said Nick Cannon. All right, and then this brother had literally had brought up all these people: Kanye West, Michael Jackson, and Prince, and Kyrie. All right, what happened with Kanye? Kanye was more of a recent example. After he said the comments that he made about the who people, he had his banks. His bank said, "We do not want you. We do not mess with you. Take your stuff. You have a few days to take your stuff and go to another bank or go wherever." And obviously, Kanye basically had to go, and he doesn't have I don't know if he has a bank anymore, but he had to go take his money to another bank. Like that's like crazy stuff just for some words of what you said. Your bank can say that they don't want to give you a bank account anymore. That's genuinely like kind of crazy. And then on top of that, you have I don't really know. I don't remember the story on Michael Jackson. I've heard of Prince and Michael Jackson and how they were getting screwed, but Kyrie Irving. What happened with him? He was he said he shared a movie. He shared a movie that was basically saying who are the real Israelites and whatnot, and then he had to pay $500,000 into the who's. All right, and then like it was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, obviously, like if you have these people that are always trying to do something for their people, obviously they're who do you think gives them their money? Who do you think signs their paycheck? Okay, it's the wicked. The wicked are going to say, "Oh, we don't like you doing that. We're going to have to stop you. We're going to stop you. We're going to do this and we're going to do whatever." All right. So obviously, like, there comes that issue where people think that they have power, but they don't. All right, they don't have power. All right. So obviously, it's not going to work. Now, the main thing I want to get into is this having large numbers. Okay, this is the main topic, Slocky, but this is the main topic in a sense of like you have IUIC. Yeah, IUIC. They are the biggest. I think they are the biggest Israelite camp in terms of numbers. I think they have the most amount of people in the entirety of their camp. All right, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's any like verifiable number, metric, or whatever that people or I don't know if anyone has ever counted or anything like that, or done a poll or census and stuff like that. But yeah, that was basically what I heard. And IUIC, it kind of seems like they just allow literally any so-called black person that said, "Oh yeah, I want to be a part of it" and whatnot. And I think they just joined the same day, which I'm not gonna talk like as if I know anything about inviting anybody in or letting someone come in. All right, but given that I'm alone, but that's the thing. Large numbers is not what is not how the Lord deals with. Of course, I'll get this to understand, because I'm not trying to just say that large numbers is nothing, but
Translations have always universalism has taken words and made them say one thing but mean totally different things. Or one
Genesis chapter 32 verse 12, and thou sayest, I will surely do thee good and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. So there's a lot of Israelites, okay, but at the same time, actually, let's get that as well. Preach. Slocky, bear with me, I'm trying to remember the precept. It's oh fuck. The Lord, okay. Okay, so yeah, basically, so basically, with the number of the Israelites, they're going to be as the sand of the sea, all this here and there. All right, there's going to be lots of different Israelites in lots of different places. Potentially, maybe they'll run into a video, maybe they'll run into a brother, maybe into whatever the thing. Okay, but that's the thing. That's the first thing is there's a big number of Israelites. All right. At the same time, even though there's a big number, there's there's not that many that are going to be in this truth. Okay. Zechariah chapter 13 verse 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Okay, so there's gonna be 2 parts that are gonna be put to death. Okay, and the 1 part that's gonna be preserved. All right. So and it's not necessarily initially, I'll say, I did think that it was just 33% or like 1/3 and whatnot, but no, it's not necessarily 33% of all Israelites. Okay, it's more so, I guess, out of 3 subsections of Israelites, there's going to be 1 subsection of Israelites that are actually that are actually part of the elect. So it could be like 100. It could be, well, no, Slocky, that's wrong. I'm pretty sure like the best way, because in the entirety of the population of the Israelites across the earth, it is immeasurable, because there's so many Israelites that look like the other nations, and you just don't know, oh, this could be an Israelite. So you could see these so-called dark skin or so-called black people, black looking people, Hispanic looking people, Native American looking people, or whatever, and then add them with the so-called white looking people that are actually Israelites, the so-called Chinese looking people that are actually Israelites, the so-called Indian looking people that, and so on and so forth. All right, though they are also Israelites that we really can't number, because not even they know themselves that they are Israelites yet. All right, but they'll know soon if they are of the elect, and they will know. All right, and the Lord will bring them into the fold. All right, so yeah, that's another aspect of it. Okay, and also we have to just try our best to try to stay in the faith. Okay, try to never fall out the truth. So that's next. Ezekiel 37 verse 9, and then it's like, then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, come from the 4 winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live. So yeah, that's basically a very big thing where we are just preaching this word, putting it out there. Okay, just like we put like this, like the internet. Like I'm making this video, just putting the information out there, and then whosoever finds it, they'll say, what, this is the Lord made it so that that this said person was able to find whatever video, or find whatever brother on the street, on the highways and byways and whatnot, and then they inquire about it, they make a comment or whatever, and then they say, hey, I want to learn more, blah blah blah. And that's where the elect is. That's where you really gotta see and understand that that's where we find, that's how we find the elect, that's how we get the elect into returning to YAHAWASHI. And it's not up to us. We don't just say, oh hey, we need some numbers, we need as many people as we can, just hey, come over here. Like, I don't know who you are, maybe I don't know, you look like you're a so-called black man, so you just come with me and join my camp and whatnot. And like, that's not how the Lord told us to do. He told us to just prophesy onto the wind. And it is a miracle of YAHAWASHI to guide the people that need to hear it. All right, the elect specifically that don't yet know that they are Israelites. All right, to come to whichever prophet to be taught the right way. Okay, so that's why even with for us, even if let's say a so-called white man approaches us and says, oh hey, what is this going on? Like, we don't just say, oh no, this is not for you and whatnot. Okay, because I've seen that before. In fact, that was primarily, I'll say primarily that was done. That was primarily done with way back when. Okay, I think I would say 10 years ago, maybe. I don't remember how long ago it was, where people would where whenever an Edomite would come up and say, hey, what's going on here in I remember Wi-Fi specifically doing that, but I don't know if they still do that. They still do that now, but with WFI, they would say, oh no, this is not for you. You can keep on going, this is for our people. All right. And it's just like, you never know who you are, just sending away. Because what if that was a diaspora, okay, an Israelite that looks like a heathen or an Edomite, but you're dismissing him just because of how he looks, okay? And that's the thing where we're not supposed to be judging based off of appearance. We're supposed to be judging off of trying the spirit. Do they resonate with the thing? That's the thing. I think maybe some people do, and I think for me personally, I think possibly that I might have encountered a diaspora, but I don't know. I really don't know, and it's hard to tell at times. Oh, actually, no, I did. Actually, I encountered one online. It was a so-called Chinese girl. Okay, she followed the Israelites. But she was she was acting so stupid. I was trying to tell her that she was an Israelite and she needs to stop doing all the bullshit that she was doing. Stop being fucking Chinese and stop saying that she's Chinese. And I was trying to explain to her how she was Chinese and also about certain things in terms of like, but the thing was that she learned was that, what's it called? She learned that, that you have to have dark skin. You are only an Israelite if you have dark skin. Like, that was the thing. And the thing was, honestly, now that I think about it, before there was a time period of me talking to her where she was nice and all cordial. She was very appreciative that I was being respectful, and I was trying to teach, trying to tell her this, that, and the third, because I was very surprised at how she just cared and had respect for Israelites. But then I guess after she had talked to someone else, I'm pretty sure she was talking to multiple Israelites, because I think she was socializing and learning and stuff like that, and maybe asking questions. And then what happened was she came back to me and then was acting as if I was some sort of demon, because I was trying to show her that, look, this. Let me show you an example. Blake. Like, I was trying to show her stuff like this. Like, is Blake Griffin an Israelite, or is he an Edomite? All right, because she had that black thing, that black skin, dark skin, whatever, so caught up in her mind that she could not listen. Slovakia. So yeah, as a result of that, it's like, well, it's like she was caught up in that skin demon, and it's like maybe she was a part of the elect, and it's like, why would these people, what the fuck? Why would these people, why would there be Israelites that would confuse someone and just tell them this type of stuff? Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with you? What is fucking wrong with you? If there is someone that is genuinely trying to learn, at least give them a fucking chance to understand. All right, like it is so it is so sad, because I genuinely thought like that was a diaspora. It was very sad to see, and to see that whatever, I guess, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, continuing on. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 6, I have planted, Apollos watered, but Yahweh gave the increase. All right, so hey, oh, you know what, that's another thing. Hey, let me get this. Mark 4:14. Mark chapter 4 verse 14, the sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside, where the word was sown, but they, when they have heard the word, Satan cometh immediately and taketh them away, the word that was sown in their hearts. Okay, so yeah, you got these demonic ass Negro only Israelites, all right, that when someone tries to teach someone trying to teach a diaspora and all that stuff, all right, that Negro only demon, that's going to it sucks. Anyway, it is so sad, that Negro only demon. Anyway, you have these people that when someone's trying to teach someone trying to explain it to someone, and then they say, oh no, that's wrong, this, that, and third, oh no, black people are black power, this, that, and third, blah blah. Like, what are you on? What are you actually on? All right, and like this is the type of stuff where people really, they do not care to learn. They do not care to actually rationally think with rational thought. They are too either emotionally charged or just plain stupid. Like you guys don't think. You don't think. All right. How is it you really think? That's the thing, Slocky. You really think that the Lord is going to let some random Chinese person, some random Edomite person, all right, no matter what, you really think that the Lord's going to let some random Edomite person think and say, you know what, yeah, you're right, you know what, this Bible really does make sense, okay? I believe it. I can break that down with you. I fully support the thing. You really think that they are going to? And now, obviously, Slocky, let me correct myself. Let me backtrack and correct myself. Obviously, there may be some people that want to join the ranks and to lie, all right, lie and be deceptive and stuff like that. Sure, but ultimately, you need to try the spirit, okay? Because the thing about that girl, about that Chinese girl that I was talking to, she was talking and acting like a so-called black woman. Like, if they had just tried the spirit, if they had just given her the benefit of the doubt and treated her like a normal sister, all right, like that's the thing. Like, I honestly believe that then, like, that's the type of stuff that would have helped, maybe, like, Saki, that's the thing, you don't know the chain reaction to things where maybe she tells her father, her father tells his brothers and whatnot, or something, like some type of stuff goes on where there is some chain reaction that cause and effect that makes more Israelites be able to, because there's a big, let me get that as a matter of fact, there's a big thing. I don't want to show my stuff, so there is a big group, Israelite group in China. All right. Where is it? There's a big Israelite group in China. That I heard. Let me see. Bear with me one moment. Oh wow, I did not know that. There's a bunch of wait, what was it called again? Okay, bear with me. Yep, here. Okay, you can see it now. So yeah, there was this thing that I had heard a long time ago, and the thing is, okay, so listen here. The thing is that they call themselves Jays. Okay, they call themselves Jays, but I think that they don't know. They don't know that that's an improper way to describe themselves. The reason why I say that is because they don't. They said one of the women that was basically talking on behalf of them. She had specifically said, I don't remember where the video is, but I remember specifically hearing this one chick say, we are not Israel. You are not an Israelite based off, or a J. She said J. You're not a J based off your mother. You are a J based off of your father. That's what she said. So as a result of that, I believe there's a possibility. I won't say it's absolute, but I think it's a possibility that it is that they are actual Israelites, especially given the fact that they are following it off of their fathers. But I don't know too much about the history of it, or if about more of this stuff. What I will do.
You love it, but
What I will do, I will potentially, I'll think about, I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'll probably maybe do a lesson. I'll maybe do a lesson on it in the future, but, I will also, I'm trying to think. What am I trying to say? I will also do research to see if it's actually the case, if they're actually J's or whatnot, because the video that I saved it somewhere in a playlist, but it's not there, so I don't know where it went. But that's basically the thing. Like, slacking, I got freaking sidetracked, but that's the thing. Like, it's very easy for people to get confused, to people to get led astray by someone else. Like, it's really that simple, and that's a sad reality of it. Where that's a sad reality of it, where you try your best to teach someone, but because someone else is and that's the thing. Even though ultimately I don't really lose sleep. I didn't lose sleep when it happened. Why? For the most part, when that Chinese girl was stopped talking to me, I guess because of the whole Negro only doctrine that she was taught. So I didn't really lose sleep because ultimately at the end of the day, that's not really my place. I feel like I could have done better to teach. I didn't even get a chance to show a visual demonstration. She blocked me before then, and then she unblocked me, and then all that stuff. Like, I don't know. That's the funny thing. That was a funny thing, where she was going crazy, and I genuinely feel like she knew that I was right. I also feel like she knew that I was willing to take it step by step and explain my side and why I believed what I believed. But the thing was that she was so scared of being proven wrong. She was too stuck in her ways and did not want to be changed. She didn't want to be convinced, so she just had to run away from me because I would have. And Doc's lucky. This is the thing. I can't tell you what was in her mind, but I wholeheartedly believe that this is how things was going on in hindsight because of how she was acting. She was very panicky. Like, looking back, she was very panicky in the way, in her behavior and stuff like that. And it's just like, you know what, like, going back into the original topic of this lesson, this is how things are, where people might be able to see this type of stuff. And it's just like, if you are a part of the elect, if you are the special elect, all right, you're gonna be able to see the truth. The Lord's going to open your eyes to be able to see, okay, you know what, I see that this is the right thing. I see that this is wrong. I see, where someone might think this, that, and third and whatnot. But it's never always easy, because people say for example, like, if I was trying to teach her about atheism or or sodomy or something like that, then of course, like, someone might say, if they are being convinced, like, you're gonna want to stop this person, because you're not even supposed to be engaging in people that are not teaching the what you perceive to be the right doctrine. Okay, but at the same time, she is thinking. The thinking. It's a thinking and the perception in what is right and what's wrong, and not really having the proper guidance to have someone tell you, okay, this is the right way to think. Okay, so yeah, that was a very eye-opening experience for me, and if the Lord is dealing with her, okay, then the Lord will get her out of that Negro only doctrine. And if not, then oh well, that's just one random person, one random diaspora. All right, maybe I could have done better, maybe I couldn't, I don't know, but that's just me. All right, that's just one person. Maybe the Lord's going to send me somewhere else, or to someone else, all right, where I will have to teach them whatever, all right, and maybe they'll be more receptive, and maybe I'll have to be more patient, because I was not patient. I'll be honest, I did get pretty angry with her because of how stupid she was being. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. And again, I admit I could have done better, but oh well. That's just the Lord's plan, Yahawah's plan. 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. And this is another thing where there's going to be a bigger number of more people are going to be destroyed. So you have IUIC who's trying their best to really just accumulate more and more numbers. They're doing America, and next they wanted to go into Kenya. They were trying to recruit Kenyans to follow after their things, where apparently they were ran out of Kenya, where they through tear gas and all that stuff. Slucky, they hiccups. They weren't. Slucky, they weren't welcome there. So there's that big thing. There's that, and you know, they're just trying to accumulate numbers rather than accumulating just the sincere elect. That's what, and you know, that's what we. That's what I'm trying to do. I speak for myself. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just, and that's why, you know, if you see my videos, okay, when I'm going out in the highways and byways, okay, when I try to go out as much as I can, but what's it called? The people, you know, I never stop them. Okay, I have seen some of them, you know, they were out of frame and whatnot, but there were some people that stopped to listen. All right, they were like across the thing. Let me get that, as a matter of fact. Like if you see the thing where they would be like, they would walk past me and they would turn around while behind the camera, and then they would be like, oh well, let me hear what he's saying. Okay, like over here, I could be I'm looking over there, out behind the camera, and they are literally just they just turn around, stood in place, and are listening to me talk while I'm saying this, that, and whatever. So yeah, I don't really necessarily, you know, stop, or I don't stop them, and you know, if they stop, then that's them stopping and whatnot. You know, but I don't go out of my way to say, hey, you know, you want to hear the word and this, that, like, no, because you know, apparently, what I learned, okay, is that, you know, if the Lord is dealing with someone and they walk past me and whatnot, then the Lord is going to make them want to hear the word, or make them come to me and say, hey, can I ask a question, this and the third and whatnot. You know, that's how the Lord, you know, gets down. All right. But yeah, so yeah, that's basically the thing, where it is up to the Lord, where we prophesy into the wind, we speak unto the wind, and it's the Lord that, you know, says, okay, you know what, I'm gonna lead this brother, lead this sister to this prophet, and then they're gonna do my job they're gonna preach and teach. Matthew chapter 22 verse 14, for many are called but few are chosen. Yeah, that's another thing where, you know, many are going to be called. The Lord's going to use the prophets to warn many Israelites, okay, be they diaspora or actual, like, so-called black, Hispanics, and Native American looking people. But the thing is that only the elect will be chosen, and the elect are the ones that are going to be, you know, be sincerely following after the words of Yahawadah and His. All right, and that's the thing, where we have to do our part into actually teaching, actually preaching. All right, like, you know, that's why you know, we have to study hard. Like I try my best to, you know, stay studying. You know, I've been studying every day, and it's actually been really hard, because as I'm and that's the thing, you know, that's honestly just a thing, you know, where I just have to keep on working on it. But you know, in general, it's like this is the type of stuff where, like, you try to fill your mind and make yourself recognize all this stuff, but then, like, for me, for example, like, I forgot certain things like thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. I don't even remember the breakdown to it. I don't know how to break that down anymore, because, you know, I don't go back to refresh and stuff like that. And that's why it's very important to constantly study and familiarize yourself with the scriptures. All right, with the breakdowns and stuff like that. Like, these are the different examples and stuff like that. And that's why, and, you know, going back to old videos, you know, that's another good thing, you know, that you can do. Okay, maybe I'm going to do that for myself as well. And that's another thing where I didn't even realize that even I can learn from the videos that I put out myself. All right, so next, Matthew 24 verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay, and we pray that we are of the elect. We pray that we stay in the truth. We pray that we stay serving Yahawadah. Okay, it's not just for all Israelites need to be saved. No, blah blah blah. Like, it's simply for the elect that are sincerely trying to follow after Yahawadah. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawadah, Yahawashi, Yahawadah. I was in the boss's great most on the bottom ball and shalom.